It's been a while since I've used Loki, but he is making a comeback in this one and in a major way. This is one of the best games I've ever played. Another clutch performance coming down to the wire in the third round. 99% shot clock cheese for both teams. You love to see it. This is why we play this game, for moments like this. I started off this game with Jeff. You've seen me go crazy with Jeff, and I'm actually doing good too in this game and even in this round. But I just noticed that I think we just need something a little different. That's what this team was missing, and that's why I make the switch after this first round. We're going to lose this first round. We got a Wolverine. We got competing Wolverines. My goodness, I don't think we're going to see that many. Hopefully not. Hopefully everybody is banning Wolverine. We do not want to see that cheese in Season 3. And with Season 3 right around the corner, I know that you've probably seen the leaks, and it is confirmed that Blade 100% is coming, Season 3.5. He's got 300 health, so he is classified as a duelist, and he looks like he's going to be a problem as well. His kit looks very fun. But a lot of people are upset because that makes 2 duelists being added in this season. When you look at that hero selection screen, when you go to the duelist, you got to keep scrolling. There's so many duelists in this game, but there's not that many tanks or strategists. Even if you add up the tanks and the strategists together, you still have more duelists than both of those combined. And look at how I have to set up this ult. This is how you know we're in a higher lobby. You really got to get strategic now, because they might kill you. They might get you up out of there, but I got those bubbles to keep me alive, baby. Get down to the ground. You know the rules. Wow, that was beautiful execution. Crossover moves for the win. So when we're looking at this season, they added 2 duelists. And in Season 2, they added 1 tank, 1 strategist. So with the way that this game is split, you would say, okay, if you're going to add another duelist, then the second character needs to be either a tank or a strategist. You can't go double duelist again, right? But when you actually think about it, maybe it makes sense, because for me, and a lot of players like me that want to win, and we really like this game, and we're going to keep playing this game, we want to see more variety out there. We want to see the other roles get some love, but if they want to get new players into the game, maybe they need more duelists to attract newer players, because most people don't want to play tank or strategist. That's the problem with this game. When you go out there and pick, nobody ever wants to play those roles. They always want to play duelist. So duelist is clearly the most fun role, and that's why they want to add more duelists into the game to attract the new players. But at the same time, the players that are playing your game, your current core base, if you don't give them enough variety, they're going to stop playing. So see, there's a problem there. They need to keep us playing, and they need to attract new players. So how do they do that? They got to balance it out. That's why I think adding 2 duelists in one season might not get it done. I think if you're going to add 1 duelist, because we already have so many, the second character has to be another position. So we'll see what happens, because the way I'm thinking about it, maybe they should have let Blade fly to start Season 3, and then maybe bring out Phoenix for the next season, Season 4. Because when you start the season, you want to hit the game, the community, with the most hype, because you're trying to get people back on the game for the new season. That makes sense. But the mid-season, I guess you want to do that too. They want to try to get a boost mid-season, but you have this problem where there's not enough tanks and strategists. So if you're going to split it, I think that's how you're going to split it. So now going into round 2, I switched to Loki. You see, we lost round 1. And I figure with Loki, I'm going to have more firepower with everything I do. With the damage, with the healing, because we're going to have our 3 clones up. Or it's going to be 3 of us, 2 clones up, 3 altogether. So you know that damage is crazy. So I'm letting it fly. And this is a good map for Loki. I do good on this map too. With Jeff, you've seen gameplays on this map where I'm going crazy with Jeff. But in this game, I knew something was missing, and I had to make a change. And that's what it's all about. This is a Grandmaster 2 lobby, so it's all about switching and figuring out what you can do to get the win, to secure the win. I want wins because I'm trying to climb. And that's why I had to skip those gameplays back there in the lower lobbies, just because I knew, hey, Season 3 is right around the corner. I have all these gameplays, and this journey is important to show all of this. because I don't want to be too late. Obviously, I am. Season 3 is right there. So a little bit after Season 3, I'll be able to show you the journey, and then I'm going to show you the Season 3 journey. So it'll be a little lopsided, but it's worth it because this journey is crazy. And the thing about this game is that from season to season, you don't really know what they're going to change. So maybe Season 3, maybe the meta, maybe I don't like the meta. Maybe I'm not enjoying it as much as I was in Season 2. You never know. So that's why whenever you're in a season and things are going well, you like what's going on, play it like crazy. Climb as high as you can climb, enjoy it as much as you can. That's why I decided to go for it and let it fly. Because in Season 2, we see the controversy with Jeff and with Thor, even though I like the Jeff change because I didn't really use Jeff before. But Thor, I still see a lot of people complaining about Thor. So if they change the way your character plays or how dominant he was, you're going to be pretty disappointed. That's why when he's there, when you're able to do what you can do, just let it fly and enjoy. Because that happened before. People were using Mantis in the early game, maybe Season 0 or maybe Season 1. I don't know, because I've seen people talk about how Mantis used to be a menace and then now she's not the same. And there's other characters as well that are not as good as they were back then. So you want to enjoy and have as much fun as you can when it's happening, because you don't know what they're about to change going forward. And a lot of people, they do admit, they say, hey, I used to play this game a lot back in Season 0 or Season 1. Season 2, I kind of toned it down. Some people are saying they're not even excited for Season 3, baby. So you never know. That meta might change and you might change maybe you move on to another game. In gaming, you always have other games that are dropping, and people are going to drop out to go play those games. So just have fun while you can. And hopefully, the devs, they don't botch this. Because if this game dies, it's their fault. They messed up. We know all the problems. We know what they need to do to fix it. If they take too long to fix it, they're the only ones to blame. It's not us. And I know this is a conspiracy about losers queue. I think there is a losers queue in this game. Some people will say, no, just get good, carry, blah, blah, blah. But I've done a lot of investigating as I've been climbing. I look at a lot of past games. I look at the teams, the people that are playing together. And I've noticed when you solo queue, bad things are happening. It seems like they're putting solo people together with other solo people. And then maybe the other team has duos, or maybe they got a triple and a duo and a solo. But that's why in some of your games, it feels like your team is not right. They have no kind of chemistry. They're not really working together. And the other team is so advanced. It's because, think about it. If the other team has, let's say they got 3 duos. So 2 friends, and 2 friends playing together. Those 2 friends, they're going to be on a higher level. They have more awareness. They have more teamwork. It just makes sense that this is what is happening. And I've seen it when I go back and I look at the history. When I solo queue, a lot of times that's what I think is going on. That's why I always try to play with one person, because when you go in there with at least one person, it seems like you get put on teams with other teams, maybe a 4-stack or maybe 2 other 2-stacks. Things like that are happening when you're teaming up. When you're solo queuing, the game is just kind of like, you're solo, you're a peasant, just throw him in there with the other peasants. That's what it seems like is going on in this game. But the loser's queue is real. If I lose 2 games in a row or 3 games in a session, I usually call it a day for that session. That wasn't my day, come back the next day. Because sometimes I would look at my history and I would be playing a long session and maybe I lost 10 games in a row. I'm not even lying. Sometimes I lost 10 games in a row. So rather than drop down 10 games in one day, why don't I just back out after 3 losses, come back the next day. Maybe the next day we start off with a dub. The only good thing about climbing is that when you win games, you get more points than when you lose. So that's why really all you want to do is you want to play with the man. So if you're losing, you don't want to be sitting there queuing up again and keep playing. Just come back the next day, try it again. Because then if you get some dubs, then the numbers start going in your favor. Maybe you lost 3 games the day before, but then you start off, you win 2. Even if you lose another 2, hey, the numbers, the math, it might be on your side, baby. Especially if you're getting like an MVP. Because those MVP games, you get some nice numbers. You're jumping up 33, 37, 30-something. And then maybe you're losing, you're going down 15 or 13 or 11 instead of 23. Sometimes you go down 23. And you have to remember that this is a team game. So when you're losing, you shouldn't really get that mad because there's not that much you can do. Your team has to work together. Yeah, you got to play your role correctly, but sometimes it's just not a good match. Your teammates, the other teammates, they're just so much better. Nothing you can do. Don't get mad. Just come back later. That's why it's good to take those breaks when you're on a losing streak. Get out of that loser's queue. Get out of that mindset. Forget what happened that day. Come back fresh the next day. And this is a crazy finish to this game. Both teams want to win this. We lost the first round, won the second, and it's going to go down to the wire. 99%. It's all about touching the point here at the end. You're going to see their thing is going crazy. Remember, this is before season 3. This is before Thing gets that new ability. Ramen accidentally. Crossover moves. I'm trying to stay alive. I'm being a pest. I think I did a good job of switching to Loki in this one. Just give me a different look, different attacks, different tactics for the other team to deal with in this one. Another respawn. You see it's getting close. They're making the comeback. They've got the point right now. We've got it right there at the end, but they're approaching. And we want to make this move past this corner, but we got to make sure that everybody's healed up. So that's what I'm trying to do here. You see how they're about to die? I'm just trying to keep everybody alive. Now they're ulting. Uh-oh, another ult. So we're in trouble. We're kind of stuck in this corner. So we got to back up again. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You want to push forward. You see that counter. You see it moving. But now we're going to make our move. I've got Luna. I'm not the best Luna user, but you know I'm about to dance. I'm about to do the smooth step. Uh-oh, maximum pulse, but it gets blocked. Wow, what a save. What a sacrifice. That could have been devastating if they would have hit me, because I'm Luna, right? You can take Luna, I think, out of that ult with the maximum pulse. So here we go. We're fighting. It's that 99% cheese both ways again. I'm trying to hit flyers. I'm trying to do everything. We've got portals flying. Oh, my goodness. The Thing, we cannot get that thing out of here. He is just being annoying, and I'm just trying to fade back, trying to do some damage. We're trying to get him up out of here, and we captured. Still overtime. The whole team is on the point. They're ulting. A desperation ult. Can I stay alive? Wow. Can I get my ult again? That would be clutch because it looks like they're not going anywhere. There goes another ult. Do you see this? They just double ulted. It's clobbering time. Disappear time. I'm trying to stay alive. Going invisible. I've got an ult. I need to grab something. And here we go. Let it fly for the clutch dub. Wow, what a game. This overtime is taking forever. My goodness. In this GM2 lobby, both teams, maybe everybody's on their rank up game. You never know. They might be trying to rank up. They're like, I can't lose this. I need this. I need this dub. We got Loki popping all of these moves. Uh-oh. Wanda trying to let it go. But we've got Doctor Strange. We're good to go. Wow, what a fight. They just keep coming back to life. There's still somebody on the point. The Thing is still jumping and punching. Wow, that thing looks like Captain America the way he stalled, but we do get the dub. That is clutch. A GM2 lobby. What a game. Switching over to Loki. I did the right thing going Loki because I don't know if we win this game if I was using Jeff. We needed those Loki ults. We needed those Loki cooldowns. We needed the healing and we needed the extra damage with all of the clones up. Great game. Another one with only a few deaths. 27-5 with 33 assists. You love to see it. The climb continues. Give that guy a map. Merch is now available at chrissmooth.com. Shipping worldwide. My songs, He Quit the Game, Lob City, and My Camo are now available on all streaming platforms. But look what I'm gonna do to that. I'm gonna block that dunk. Get that cheese out of here. When I did that, I said, all right, Cap might be the character for me. What rhymes with cash? I just put Doctor Strange to the floor.